Oh, I come out to see Mr. Trump. He's my man.
Big news breaking last night was that Donald Trump is heading to Mexico today to meet with President Enrique Peña Nieto. The surprise move comes ahead of a big immigration speech in Phoenix later tonight. The trip was set up last minute, and it will include former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, Senator Jeff Sessions, and RNC Chair Reince Priebus. The decision marks a continuation in the pivot the Trump campaign has made in recent weeks. But you'll need to excuse this New York Times reporter, who is quite devastated no efforts were made to allow the dishonest media to accompany the campaign to Mexico City. The announcement came down last night while I was in Everett, Washington at the Trump rally. And what an exciting high-energy rally it was. I really wasn't sure what to expect to see at a Trump rally in Western Washington. Washington hasn't gone Republican since Ronald Reagan was reelected in 1984. But the Trump campaign sees it differently. Sure, they say they want to win Washington and other blue states, but when you're the leader of a nationwide movement and running for president of all 50 states, not just red states or swing states, it means a lot to the rally-goers. I arrived in Everett 7 hours before the event was scheduled to begin, and there was already a lineup around the block. I began by asking Trump supporters how they feel about the mainstream media portrayal of Donald Trump.
All the mainstream audience, so they're all in conjunction for the liberal side. They're not looking at the conservative side. They aren't fair at all. They're one way. They only tell the people what they want you to hear. And I've seen graphs of how they're all intertwined with the White House.
And I want it to be balanced, and I want it to be fair. I don't want it left-leaning. I don't want it right-leaning. I want just facts.
They obviously have their bias and their spin, so I mean, I turned it off. I can't even watch it anymore. It's just so unfair.
I think the liberals are totally in bed with the media, and it's really unfair, but I think people are waking up, and I think they are beginning to see it.
So I think that there's a lot of elites, a lot of people who have a vested interest in portraying the idea that Trump is losing, just like they did with Brexit.
I don't waste my time with ABC.com or any of those other folks. I mean, it's just out there. It's naked. It's brazen. They're covering it up. They're trying to tamp down support and get us depressed. We see the line. We see the numbers of people who've come out. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with the whole show. And this guy makes me proud to be an American. And it's been a long time.
It sucks. It's incredibly dishonest, and I actually can't believe that it happens day after day after day, lie after lie after lie.
Another very popular topic amongst the rally-goers was Hillary Clinton, her lies, her corruption, and the help she is receiving from the mainstream media.
A couple of weeks ago, I heard that Google was doing interesting things with a sort, so I don't believe everything I hear. So I went and I put Trump news in, and all this negative stuff comes up about Trump, and then about 7 or 8 lines down, past all the screenshots and the videos, was his website. I did the same thing, Clinton news. Clinton's website comes up first at the very top. You guys can do the search right now on your phones. Clinton's website comes up on the very top. Then it has some glowing things about Hillary. And if it is something about health, it says Hillary's health issues debunked.
It bothers me when she left the White House the first time that she took things that didn't belong to her and they had to make her bring it back. That bothers me. There's a few things about that person that bother me.
And she's not for women either, so that people better wake up. And I mean the rest of the women in the United States. They better wake up.
Why isn't she in jail? I mean, if any one of us tried to do half of what she did, we would be locked away and they would have thrown the key away.
Yeah.
That's the issue right there.
I think all those liberal media sides kind of back her up a lot more and try and cover up what she's done.
One of Trump's signature policies has been his pledge to reform the VA and assist the so many veterans who are struggling to get care. And the 2 vets I met were very supportive of that position.
What he's proposing in a way to take care of the veterans is good, because right now there's currently in the United States there are 50,000 plus veterans that are homeless. Now with bringing in the refugees that Obama and Clinton want to bring in, they're getting free housing, free food, free food stamps, while there's 50,000 plus veterans that are on the streets without any help at all. And especially with the VA, with its issues that it has, Trump has shown that he's willing to take care of the vets, and he's done it in place of going to a debate when he was still trying to become the nominee for the president.
It's the number one issue for me of why I'm supporting him. He's the only candidate of all of them, both the Republicans and the Democrats, that has said that the VA is in a bad condition and that it needs to be overhauled. And he's right. I've been trying to maneuver through that system for 18 years since I retired, and it's the bureaucracy is impossible. Just the other day, 2 more veterans committed suicide at VA facilities because they were denied care. It's got to end.
I just want to close with a final few thoughts. When I was interviewing rallygoers, I saw none of the dozens of mainstream media outlets come to talk to the crowd. They spent most of their time hanging around their satellite trucks rather than getting a sense of what the people there were motivated by. And all this nonsense I see about how all Trump supporters are white males. This rally was fairly diverse. Everett is a fairly white blue-collar town, but I saw a number of Asian Americans, African Americans, Latinos, and plenty of women. As you know, I've attended dozens of environmental protests and town halls here in Vancouver, and I can honestly say that those anti-oil protests and even the most recent Kinder Morgan town halls are much more ethnically monolithic and far, far more dominated by older white folks than the Trump rally was. And in fact, the number of young millennials at the Trump rally was far greater in proportion than at any anti-oil rally I've attended here in our extremely diverse province of British Columbia. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.